Sooner Scoop HD.
Yeah, when we got back on Saturday, you got to, kind of just think about what happened and internalize it. And I know for me, being my last one in a game of that magnitude, it hurt, So just kind of getting over that because you don't want it to run into other weeks, you know what I'm saying? So we got to kind of put that to bed and then get on to the next week.
Yeah, important is every week, but of course, coming off this last game, it's just as important, we just making sure that we keep the message the same, making sure that we're paying attention to the details and, correcting what we had mistakes on the week prior.
I mean, obviously, especially for those young guys, and, it's kind of my job and the job of the other team leaders, just to hell with that mindset. A lot of guys haven't been there before. And so, I mean, obviously, I've been there coming from, Tulane and all. But, I think it's, just keeping that mindset, understanding the standard is still a standard, no matter what happened last week or, the week before, it's the process still the same going forward.
Yeah, I think it starts with just getting out there and remembering all the good things that we have done building up, I think the confidence comes from preparation. And, like I said, I think we've done a really good job of preparing, and sometimes it doesn't always marry up. Sometimes it takes a little bit, but our preparation throughout the spring and the winter workouts has been great. So, hopefully we just keep on chipping away with it and we, break through.
You talked about, being leaders in the locker room, talking with other guys. Is it pretty much as easy as just like the fans sometimes where, you worry about maybe younger guys or other guys saying, we've been practicing this stuff for a long time. Why aren't we executing better? I mean, like doubts and things, is that kind of something you always keep your eye on?
Yeah, I think that's something that every locker room kind of has to deal with. But I think that, honestly, in my 5 years being here, this is the least I've ever dealt with it. Maybe it's because I'm older. I don't know. Guys might not be comfortable telling me something more. But I really don't get that. I don't get that feeling at all.
You talk about like just people second guessing what's going on.
Yeah, I think that, like I said, this is the worst position I've been in since I've been here. Just as far as getting off to a good start or whatever. But like I said, just the buy-in from this group, like there's been we've continued to sort of get better as the weeks have went on. Like last week, just speaking of like time, put in things and just extra film and extra this and that. There was a lot of it last week, and it's one of those things where this week we're not going to take a step back just because we didn't get the result we wanted yet. So.
Well, I think the first thing is that we have to look at the man in the mirror. We have to look at the film, see where we went wrong, And so we've done that, and the film, as crazy as it seems, it's not ever as bad as it seems, and it's not ever as good as it seems when you do play good, So just getting back and watching the film and studying that a little bit, seeing where we went wrong, and then just coming together and just staying together, Some of the offensive guys went out to eat, just staying together as a group and knowing that we're better together. And the only thing that can help us now is playing for each other. The love for each other has to be the most prevailing factor of this offense and in this team in general. And, that's going to be what does it for us.
Yeah, they are tough, but you have to have them, and you have to see the mistakes so you can correct them. You have to watch it, at least me personally, over and over again in anything that you would do, because you don't want that mistake to happen again. And so I think for the whole team, as we watching film with each other, just making sure that we were all watching it together, making sure that we all keeping each other accountable, and just know what we're doing going forward.
So I mean, I feel like you gotta have perspective when you're looking at everything, because everybody got dreams and goals, and I feel like sometimes obstacles and circumstances happen to stop you from reaching those goals. But I also feel like you got to be able to respond to adversity, and I feel like that's what we're going through right now. So I feel like the goal for us right now is how we're gonna respond, based on how we've done these past few weeks.
I couldn't tell you, to be quite honest with you. I just know that at the end of the day, we got back in here today. We're gonna take it right back to work, and we're gonna figure it out. And it's one of those things where Coach Venables kind of presented an illustration to us of the guy kind of digging through, and trying to get to the diamond, and he gets to a certain point and he kind of just gives up. And little does he know that he hit the thing one or two more times, you're gonna strike the diamond. So it's one of those things we're gonna keep doing work at it. It's cliche, but that's literally what we're doing. So.
Is that kind of what keeps everybody going forward? Is just finding that spark that kind of changes things, turns things around?
Yeah, you can say that.
What's your role in all of this and trying to get it back on track?
Just being the best leader that I can, being an old guy that has been through a lot of situations. You know, someone asked me, you know, I've never been in this situation. It's uncharted territory for me, but that doesn't mean I haven't been through a whole lot of situations, a whole lot of football situations, you know. So just being an older guy that's been through some stuff and being able to tell the young guys, like, it's okay, the sky's not falling down, you know, it's the sun's still gonna shine in the morning. And, you know, if we could get it turned around, we could still have a pretty good season. So, you know, just making sure that the young guys are great mentally and just continuing to lead and lead hard. You know, my parents used to say all the time, you know, I'm going to talk it to them blue in the face, and I don't have too much longer here, so I'm going to talk to them blue in the face and make sure I get the job done.
Pretty straightforward when you talk to us. You're not really sugarcoating things. No. Is that, you know, like the outside noise, social media, is that kind of something that you've learned to deal with as a player?
Yeah. No, I mean, it comes with territory, you know. We play at arguably one of the best football programs of all time. And there's a standard that comes with that. And so if you're not feeding up to the standard, like, it's what you signed up for, you know. So, yeah, I would say, especially after 5 years, I'm probably more used to it than a lot of younger guys. But, yeah.
How do you prepare younger guys for that?
Yeah. I think the best way to prepare them is just lead by example sort of deal. I think a lot of our older guys are good at not really talking much about what's going on outside of these walls or what people are saying and that sort of deal. And I think that just the way we come in here, and I mean, the last few weeks have been rough, but just our response and coming in here and throwing work at it, I think that's going to send the right message to the young guys.
Sooner Scoop HD.